Okay, I swear to God, I did not see the food in your teeth.
I need something to like get that out. This is what my dad would do. He'd get like a random piece of.
Why don't you just use a piece of hair?
Huh?
Your
I
hair.
don't think that would work for me. You know, you have your own mirror over there. Wait, you're recording? I didn't know you were recording.
Hey everybody, this is my platonic soulmate, and or
Non-platonic?
Lux.
Anna Lux.
Or
They
Anna
call me.
Lux.
That's what they call me.
It's what they call it. So, what spiritual experiences have you had lately?
So,
Other than the one that we just had.
So, a weird one is that I've been thinking a lot about the name Oliver lately. I didn't tell you this at dinner for some reason, maybe because I was meant to tell you right now.
Ollie?
Oliver. You know how I want to name my first child Oliver?
Yes, you can call him Ollie.
It's weird.
Okay.
Focus.
I'm focused.
I had this weird premonition the other day that maybe, like, maybe my future partner's name is going to be Oliver. And, like, I had that thought that came to me. I was like, interesting. And then when I was talking about the person who I saw last night, I almost called him Oliver. That's so random. I'm not saying he's my future partner. I don't think
So
he
you
is.
were just like with him, and
No.
you were just like Oliver.
No. When I was talking to you earlier and I was talking about him, I don't think he's my future partner or anything, but like I think it's like that where my mind was going for some reason. Like I'm talking about romantic interest, so I would like confuse it with the word Oliver. I don't know, that was weird. And then when we were sitting on the balcony,
Yeah.
right after I was having all these thoughts and I was thinking about it, a man yelled out to the water, Oliver!
Where? At our apartment?
No, on the balcony at the restaurant just now. So that was like a weird synchronicity. I don't know what that means. But, yeah, just like something interesting to ponder.
So yeah, you wanted your future child's name to be Oliver.
Yes, I want my firstborn son's child.
So what made you think like, oh, this is...
I don't know.
Maybe this is my future husband.
If,
Excuse me.
maybe my intuition was, or if maybe like my visions of the future and the person who's going to be my future weren't accurate, like what that person's name would be.
What do you feel inside of you though?
You know what I feel inside of me.
That his name, your future husband's name is going to be Oliver.
No.
That your child's name is going to be Oliver.
I don't know.
We don't
I
know.
can't make premonitions. I
We
mean,
can't
I do,
predict.
but, like, I can't make a premonition.
I feel like when we can explain it out loud in words, finally, after we've had like these feelings inside of us, that is the only way that it just like eventually like pours out of you, you know,
I know.
into language. But until that happens, you just kind of sit
You sit with it. You sit
with
the
it,
energy.
and because you can't explain it.
Yeah, and I also I don't know, something tells me like not to talk about,
Yeah.
you know, stuff like that out loud, especially very serious stuff. And I don't know why that would be, like why I feel like it's, I mean, I guess the word would be like, that comes to mind is like sinful to like make prophecies and talk about it, even though it's something I feel so intensely within me.
Yeah, we can't predict. We can't make prophecies.
Yeah, and I think it's just because it's against God, because it's, you know, future focused.
Yeah.
And the only thing we know is what we feel right now.
Exactly. Also, that the future doesn't exist.
Correct.
But
Correct.
oh, weird. Okay, I think one of the strangest things that happened is when our friend's sister was pregnant.
Yeah.
And I told her, and I don't remember telling her, the universe told me it's going to be a boy.
Mm-hmm.
And then she had a boy.
Mm-hmm.
That, okay, well,
That's always happening, though.
but like, it could be like a 50-50 at the same time if you want to look at it from,
Right, of
logical
course.
perspective.
Of course.
But simultaneously, like, I had no mercy when that was like my answer. Like, I was very, very, and I don't even remember telling her that the universe told me that.
Yeah, and how
I was just like, yeah, it's gonna be a boy. What?
And additionally, her sisters were having dreams about it being a boy. And once I
Yeah.
heard that, I was like, oh, well, then it's going to be a boy.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
That was
Because
wild.
you can see into the timeline, you know. I mean, something so significant as that, a whole nother life coming onto Earth. I mean, that's like direct with the timeline. That's
the
why.
timeline.
The timeline.
The timeline of life. When you say the timeline,
So
do you
the
mean,
timeline,
like,
okay, so when I say the timeline, I mean,
with the universe or like with everybody's life?
are those synonymous?
Well, yeah, but okay, wait. Yeah. So the timeline, when you say the time, it's everything.
It's
Like,
everything. And so
But the timeline for
I get it from,
the timeline.
it's kind of like something that I've adapted from Kurt Vonnegut. Okay, so basically he says the human, and like Alan Watts always talks about this too, humans have a very one-dimensional concept of time, right? So like there's the past and there's the present and there's a future, and like we're focused on it through the single lens of like a timeline. That's how it appears to us, even though we know that time is not linear. So like when I call it the timeline, it's actually a fallacy because time is not linear, but that's just how us as humans perceive it. When in reality, like everything has already happened and is happening and is going to happen. Like it's already all like coexisting, but like the way that we view it as humans is very one-dimensional. Whereas like maybe like a higher intelligence from another planet would see that like everything has already happened. But when I refer to the timeline, it's like, okay, everything that has already happened, but through our perception of it as humans. So like when I say we're connected with a timeline, we're connected with determinism and everything that has already happened.
And that everything that is going to happen. But
Yeah, it's going to happen.
going to happen because the future, the present unravels. Wait, how did I say it before? The future unravels in the present moment.
Yes.
The past, nothing, Eckhart Tolle says, nothing happened in the past. Did you read that part yet?
Maybe.
Nothing happens in the past.
It happens.
Because
Yes,
everything happens in the now.
Right.
So nothing actually happened in the past. So that's our perception of the past, present, future.
Yeah.
Time is an illusion.
Yeah. Exactly. It doesn't exist.
Exactly. So there's.
That's right.
These are just concepts that we made up.
I know, but we believe in it so vividly that like when you see into the timeline, it's like, oh, this is a premonition or this is a prophecy. When in reality, it's like, it's probably not. You know, when you really feel it in the right way. I mean, sometimes you can perceive it and it's actually your ego, but significant events like somebody having a baby, or maybe like you being intimate with somebody, or like who your life partner is going to be, all of these things, that's where the saying comes, when you know, you know.
Right, because you don't know a second before that. You don't know a second before you know.
But in my mind, it also speaks to like the intuition and the connection to the timeline. It's like, or when people say, oh, a classic one that I was thinking about the other day is, I can't picture my life without you. It's literally because they're so connected to the timeline that like they literally can't because you can't picture them without them, because that reality does not exist in this dimension. You literally can't picture it because you're connected to the timeline and it doesn't exist.
And
people always say that like when they're getting married or whatever. It's like, okay.
And then when you're finally with that person, it just feels right. Like when you moved here, I was like, oh, this just like feels like home. It just feels right. Like it was always going to happen, and then it just finally did.
Right.
Yeah.
What?
Your soul knows.
And I wish that.
And it's so hard to, like, you can't explain that.
Right.
You just feel it. We can't explain it because we don't actually know what's really happening inside of our bodies.
Right. No.
You know? And the energy, like, we can't see it. We can just feel it.
Right. And like, obviously society is so against making predictions, and like people compare it to like witchcraft or magic, or
Oh,
there's
yeah.
just such lacking legitimacy in it, where if like humanity came together, especially females who I think are specifically in touch with the timeline due to their womb, if we all came together and like congregated and like accepted that this was true, we would advance and we would ascend as a whole species.
And that's, oh my god, that's literally what that girl in that book talks about when she goes under hypnosis, and how she says that we're not all, like when she says that we're not all created equal, but eventually like they all get to that point of
Level of consciousness,
yeah,
awareness.
that's the best way to explain it. Eckhart Tolle writes about how women are more connected. Motorcycle gang. He talks about how women are more connected to the divine because we carry the unmanifested within us, and we have the unmanifested within us. And so men can get there. It might just take a little longer for them to feel their connection to the divine, but women, yeah, we just know.
You have, past, present, and future already inside of you. Inside of your womb.
Right. You literally have the future inside of you.
You have evolution, generations of ancestry inside of you, past, present, and future.
Yeah, everybody does, men and women, both. But women, like,
Women
literally have
severely,
the-
intensely.
yeah,
The eggs.
yeah.
I need to read up more on like the number 0 is symbolic of like the egg.
Really?
Yeah, I need to read up more on that. Like the numerology aspect of 0 has to do with eggs. If you guys know more about that, comment below.
You guys. My 15 subscribers.
The 4 people that watched this video. Or like the first 2 minutes of this video.
That's gonna be the name of the video, to my 15 subscribers. Oh god, that is crazy.
But if you're watching this video, you know, months and months and months from the time it was released, just know that you're actually here with us right now, because the future doesn't exist.
That's wild. Well, I guess we better go see Peter Pan now.
Yes, we better. To Never
Take-
Neverland.
To Never Neverland.